Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be trying a bunch of Huda Beauty new launches. Their line has come out with a ton of new things. They have the GLOWISH line, which these two products I've kind of tried out before. I have my opinions on, but I want to show you guys them in action from the GLOWISH collection. So this is kind of going to be a review and just kind of testing out her new stuff. As well as I have the N.Y.M.P.H collection as well, just a couple things from that collection. It's N.Y.M.P.H, which stands for Not Your Mother's Pantyhose. I don't know, that's just what it is. But I got a couple things from that line as well, so I thought it would be fun to do this video today and just give you guys my overall thoughts and opinions on these new launches. So I just want to stick to these for today. Of course, I could do a full face of Huda. I have so much of her stuff, but I recently did a video which was my best and worst of Huda Beauty, which I have some of her other launches in there because I literally buy all of the Huda launches. It's one of my favorite brands, and there's definitely some hits and misses, so I'm excited to kind of show you these things today. These all launched within a month. Oh, I actually have 5 things because I forgot I wanted to talk about the new perfume launch as well because I did buy that too. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to kind of do my makeup along with you guys today, testing out these products. So let's start with my skin tint from the GLOWISH collection from Huda. This is the multi-dew skin tint. I decided to go ahead and try this out. I have the shade 03 Light, and I have been really loving skin tints lately. It's been pretty much all I'm wearing off camera, even on camera, just because it's so lightweight on the skin, and for summer it's like the perfect thing for no makeup. Now I do have oily skin, so I'm a little bit kind of weary about the dewiness of this, but I have worn it a couple times on my videos, so I do have some thoughts for you, but I want to show you guys it in action too. A little bit about this: it retails for $37, and it says it is a radiant moisture packed skin tint that instantly brightens your complexion and blurs pores for a soft focus dewy finish, the ultimate no makeup look. So actually, before I go in with that, I'm going to take my Nars Concealer. Let me zoom you guys in. My lips are a little bit tinted because I had on one of the ColourPop lip tints on, and it seriously stained my lips. But I had that on earlier today. So since I have some acne scars to cover up and we're working with the skin tint, typically I will go in with a fuller coverage concealer first, just to lay this down over my spots, which I have kind of a lot here that are pretty much cleared up acne wise. They just left kind of a scar because I was dealing with some really bad breakouts, so that just kind of hides that area. So then if you do struggle with acne and scarring, you have that flawless base to put your skin tint over, since you're not going to get super full coverage from your skin tint. So going into the Huda GLOWISH, I'm going to go ahead and do a full pump on my BK Beauty 101 brush, one of my favorite foundation brushes, and we're just going to take this all over on the face. Now, a tip I always say with skin tints: if you want just a little bit more coverage, maybe go one shade darker than you think, because then you will get a little bit more coverage out of your skin tint, in my opinion. So that's how it looks. I'm just going to do the one layer. I feel like it looks pretty good like that, but it's definitely dewy, as you guys can see. It's one of the more luminous dewy skin tints that I have ever tried. I'm going to go back in with just a little bit more concealer just to touch up this spot here. And that looks pretty good. I like the color and everything. And the coverage, I would say, is pretty good for a skin tint. I feel like it gives a decent coverage, but still light. And here we are with a little bit more makeup on. I went ahead and added concealer, my brows, and I also threw on an eyeshadow, little colored pencil, just very natural makeup for today while we're testing the products. I also wanted to mention, this is newer from Huda too. I actually used it up this week. I'm so sad, otherwise I would have used it in this video, but it is their Bomb Brows Brow Pencil. Love this one. I wish it lasted a little bit longer because I feel like I literally flew through this brow pencil, but it has the most precise little point at the end, so it's perfect for sculpting your brows out. So I did want to throw that in there, that I do love that product as well, and it is a fairly new launch. But I am going to set my face with the Huda Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder. This is one of my favorites. It's great if you guys have oily skin. And since I am using some powder cheek products today, I'm just going to go ahead and set the entire face just so I have that all mattified. And I feel like my powder bronzer and my blush goes on better with a matte face rather than kind of getting patchy with a sticky foundation as the base. I just feel like this personally helps me a lot, and the glow was driving me a little insane. Not gonna lie, it's a bit much for me. So now that we have that down pat, I'm also going to take my Huda Beauty Legit Lashes Mascara. Figured I might as well use this as well since we're doing a Huda video. And I love this mascara. It's a double-ended one, so you get like a volume side and a thinner lengthening side. So let me go ahead and do the lengthening side first. It has a little curve to it. And I just take it and go through my lashes like so. This really is one of the best mascaras on the market in my humble opinion. This one also works great for the bottom lashes. And then I'll take the other side, which is the thicker brush, more volumizing, and just go over the top with that. So there's the lashes. Now we'll move on to the cheek products. So we're going to go back to the GLOWISH line, and I'm going to use the bronzer. This is the Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder. This, I forgot to mention, the GLOWISH stuff is available now on Huda's site and on Sephora. I actually shop a lot on Huda's actual website just because they have a new like rewards program that I find to be really good, that you get like free products sometimes with orders and you accumulate points. It's kind of like Sephora where you get like a birthday gift, and like just now they sent me a 20% off to use on like their highlighter palette. So it seems like a pretty good rewards program, and they oftentimes have coupon codes that you can use. Like I use Manny's code or Trend Moods a lot for an additional 10% off. The bronzer, by the way, retails for $31. I have the shade 02 Medium because it is a fairly lightly pigmented bronzer, and I really like the packaging. You pop this piece up and then it's like a marbled texture. It looks honestly so beautiful. Huda always kills it with the packaging, and this is described as a radiance boosting bronzer that will instantly get you glowing. So I'm going to go in with my BK Beauty 103, another favorite from them. I love this bronzer brush, and really dip into this product. I tap a little bit on my hand to get any excess so I don't have like the first splotch on my face. And then we'll go ahead and lightly just build this into the skin. So you can see it starts off very light, but it's definitely more of a natural bronze. And that's even with the medium and me being pretty fair-skinned. I feel like the light would not show up very much at all, but some people love just like barely there bronzer. I would definitely have it be a little more natural than overdoing it or looking too orange. So I think that's good for the bronze. I'm just gonna dust up a little bit underneath my jawline. So that is what that looks like, and it does have a slight sheen to it, but it just really blends right into the skin. Now we'll get into the N.Y.M.P.H products I have from this collection. Now I don't think these are on Sephora yet. I believe it is coming to Sephora, but you can get these on Huda's website. So I have to try out this blush. This looks absolutely stunning, and this is called the N.Y.M.P.H Kiss Glow Blush in Taya, I believe. You guys, look at this beautifulness. Here is the packaging, similar to the bronzer a little bit. And then look at this. So gorgeous. I have not even touched this yet. It's like this copper almost that almost shifts to a pinky rose gold. So stunning. So this guy retails for $39, and it's described as a super unique blush highlighter blend, a silky duochrome formula that can be used as a blush or a shaded highlighter. So we're gonna try it as a blush. We'll see. It might be a little much. This girl, I think, almost looks like she used it on her eyes too on the website. Oh, I'm a little bit nervous if this is gonna be too much, but let's try it. We can always tone it down. So let me just take this brush. I'm gonna use something small, and we will dip in, and we're just going to apply this, swirl it on to the cheekbones here. Oh wow, that's super pink. So you definitely get that pink shift. It reminds me of when those like holographic highlighters were popular, but I feel like I like it better as a blush than I would as a highlighter. But it's definitely very glowing. So if you really want that chrome like multi-dimension look, then you know, try it. I don't know if it's for me. It is beautiful, like don't get me wrong, but it's just a little bit much. Let me see if we can tone it down with our foundation brush. That's a little bit better. It's definitely very metallic though. But we're also still going in with highlighter because I have the new highlighter to try out as well. This is again from the N.Y.M.P.H line. It's the N.Y.M.P.H Glaze Pearl Infused Glow Blurring Effect. I have the shade Luna. There's a few different shades in this, but how beautiful. Look at this. Oh my gosh. It looks, I think it's a cream. It's just like swirled in there. It looks like frosting. So this one is $35. I did get the lightest shade. There's 3 other ones in the collection, and it says it's a multifunctional solid cream skin perfector that instantly boosts radiance for that lit from within effect. So on here it says you can use it alone as a pre-makeup base or apply to the high points of your face for a natural soft sheen. So I think I'm just going to use my fingers for this because usually with creams, that's what I like to do. Oh yes, she is very soft, very foiled. Let's just do a little swatch here. I feel like we don't see potted cream highlighters very often. We always see liquid or powder. So I'm just going to tap that even higher than the blush, which we're going to have like extra glow right now. Gorgeous. I love these kind of cream or liquid highlights because it really makes your skin just look like it's lit from within. It just kind of melts right in. It doesn't sit on top of the face, and it looks like your skin is wet basically. So I'm just really tapping that in. It blends beautifully, honestly. Melts right in with your finger. I'm going to put just a little bit of powder over that too, over the entire face again, so it's not super glowy. Definitely looks glazed, so that is for sure, but so beautiful. Okay, let me move on to the lips to finish this up. These are pretty new from Huda as well, and it's her new lip product. She has new lip liners and also new cream lipsticks, and I got some new shades. I tried out one of them in a previous video, but this is a new color for me. So I did get this darker lip liner. I'm trying to find something. I do like a darker, almost brownish pink lip liner. It really kind of contours out the lips. Like Pat McGrath, I think Contour is one of my favorite lip liner shades, so I'm trying to find something similar. So I picked this one up recently in Warm Brown, and these are so creamy. I'm gonna go ahead and apply. I think the Pat is a little bit more brown looking than this one, but this will do. They're almost so creamy that I'm nervous they're gonna like slip and slide all over the place. But once you kind of have them in their place and they set down, they really don't move a whole lot. Then we're gonna go in with the cream lipstick here in Baby Face. So this is a darker nude than what I typically wear. So these lipsticks are definitely more of that creamy texture. She also makes matte ones that are really good, but I do like the cream, just to kind of have that silky, almost glossy look to the lips. And I think that is just about everything. This is our finished look for this video. Testing out all of these new Huda products, and I do want to give you guys my like review. I want to wear this just a couple hours so you can see how everything is settling, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts. Alright guys, so I want to go ahead and do my final thoughts on these products, but first I do want to talk about the new perfume as well. I did go ahead and purchase this one, and this is her new Utopia Vanilla Cocoa number 21. They only had on the website the big size for now, 1.7 ounce. Usually I'd probably buy a smaller size, so it's a little spency, but Vanilla Cocoa just sounded so good to me, so I had to go ahead and pick it up. I do have her original vanilla scent, which I absolutely love. It's such a dark, sexy vanilla. So I was curious what this one would be like. So this does retail for $100 for this size. And the notes, it's in the fragrance family as a floral. It has key notes of coconut, jasmine, and vanilla bourbon. So I will say this is definitely not what I expected when I ordered it. I was kind of expecting more of a really sweet, literally coconut and vanilla type of scent for summer. It is definitely a summer fragrance and it's really beautiful, but totally different vibe than what I was expecting from this. But you do get like a light coconut note. It's almost like a coconut palm. It's not a coconut that makes you like sickeningly sweet if you don't like coconuts, because usually I do not care for a really sweet coconut fragrance. I maybe get a little hint of vanilla, but not a lot. To me, this reminds me, if you guys have ever tried Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess, that's kind of what it reminds me of. It is very beachy, so it is great for summer if you're wanting that type of a scent. It is really pretty. It does smell like you are at the beach, but I do wish that it had maybe a little bit more of a sweet vanilla added in, but still a nice fragrance for summer. So I did want to go ahead and talk about that as well if it is something that you were wondering about. So now that it has been a few hours with this makeup on, here's what we are looking like. Still extra glowy. So let's talk about the 4 main products that I wanted to review in today's video. We'll start with the GLOWISH line. Of course, we have the GLOWISH Multi-Dew Skin Tint. I have to say, I don't think that this one is for me. Unfortunately, I just don't think it is going to be that great for oily skin. But I mean, I can wear it for videos and it looks pretty for a few hours, but then it really starts getting that greasy, sweaty type of look, which I'm not really a huge fan of, especially since I layered like 2 highlighters on top of it, but it just doesn't like hold up as much as I would like. But other than that, I don't really have many issues with it. I feel like it does last a long time. It's not the greatest for oily skin, and I do feel like it does, with that glow, enhance my texture. Like it almost highlighted all the bumps I have on my face, and when I was rewatching my footage, I'm like, yeah, your skin, it doesn't look great with this on. I've tried so many different skin tints this year, so this one, unfortunately, it wasn't a top hit for me. But I do really like the bronzer in the collection, because this is a beautiful everyday natural bronzer. It looks stunning. Like I said, I do mention going a little bit darker with your shade than you would think, just because it is so light and natural, but I have been preferring a more natural bronze over something that's super pigmented, and then my bronzer just looks like so patchy and muddy on the face. This does look beautiful. It's not too glowy. It's a nice in between, so I really like the bronzer from the GLOWISH collection. And then into the N.Y.M.P.H products that I bought, of course I didn't buy like the entire collection, only a couple things that really piqued my interest. Starting with this blush highlighter, or whatever it's supposed to be. I think you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of this, to be honest. It's not really my kind of a shade. It goes on more like a highlight than a blush, even though it is advertised as like a glow blush. Maybe I should have used a bigger brush and made it more diffused. Let's see, but just like swatching it, I don't really think there's a whole lot you can do, because it is so sparkly, shimmery, that I just don't think it looks good as a blush on me. I like a little sheen to my blush, but for the most part, this is just a bit much. It's better as a highlighter, but it's kind of that, again, holographic highlight trend that has been over for a few years now. But maybe medium and deeper skin tones would get along better with this. It's stunning, but it's just not for me. Now, the N.Y.M.P.H glaze, on the other hand, I am really enjoying this. I think this is stunning, especially if you guys want a pretty beaming highlight. You can really build it up to be that super glow, and I know a lot of people love the glowy skin. It's just hard for me to kind of get used to, so I just don't go for a ton of glowy products. But I do, when I wear my matte foundations and matte powders, I love to add the highlight back in, and this is stunning. I just love how creamy it is, easy to apply. Just tap it on with your fingers. Honestly, you probably could even, if you don't want it to be so out there, just do a tiny little dab and blend that all around, and you'll get more of a natural highlight. But I do feel like the cream products do last a long time on the skin. They just melt in. They don't emphasize your pores and texture as much as a powder highlight would, so I really like that. Of course, you're not going to get any glitter or anything like that in here either. It's just like a pure metallic, gorgeous, stunning highlight. So I really like the glaze. This is a gorgeous formula, And yeah, I guess these guys are my top two, the bronzer and the cream highlight, and the other two are just kind of misses for me. So definitely some hits and misses, and of course I mentioned some other products that I really love from the brand, but I did want to go ahead and get this video up so you guys can have an overview of my thoughts on these new launches, if they are worth it or not, depending on what you guys like in your makeup routine. If you guys have oily skin or dry skin, you might have completely different opinions than me, but that is it. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.